Some in Houston say they want Mayor John Whitmire out of office. They have joined together in what's called Recall for Houston and are working on a petition to recall the mayor. The group needs about 63,000 signatures in 30 days for a recall vote. We asked Mayor Whitmire for a response on this. He says, quote, "I am accountable to Houston, all of it, and I welcome any review of my work. It makes me a better mayor." Joining us to talk about this, political analyst Dallas Jones. What is this about? Who is this about?
You know what? I couldn't tell you who it's about. It's not me, for the record. I haven't been able to find any evidence of who's actually behind this. All of the reports I've read has shown, a statement by the group spokesperson, but it doesn't identify who the spokesperson is. But apparently, it's a real thing. What I've discovered, it's actually never been successfully done here in Houston, but it is a real thing that the city charter allows for the mayor to be recalled by 25% of the amount of votes cast in the last election, which brings it right around to, as you stated, about 63,000 votes that these people will have to capture within a matter of 30 days.
And
right?
That's an uphill battle, right?
And that's absolutely an uphill battle. You're looking at about 2,000 signatures a day. And even if they were to be successful in that, that's a very, very costly endeavor. And so what you'll see is that they've started to put out these calls where they're raising money, to try to get there. I can tell you, as someone that does these types of referendums and things for a living, that's a pretty hefty ticket you're looking at to be able to amass that many signatures in that small amount of time.
Give us an average of what you think if something like this effort would cost.
On a low practical end, about $500,000. I mean, you've really got to pay people to get out and get those signatures. And they've got to be valid signatures. They've got to be people that actually live in Houston that voted in the last election.
And for those who may be skeptical of this, should you have questions if there are no names and faces attached at the beginning?
Well, I think absolutely. I mean, one of the things I've seen is that this has picked up speed. It's been going on for about a year or so. But the great mystery that still remains is who is indeed behind it, right? And so when you're giving money, anytime you're giving money in politics, the question is where is this money going to? How's it being governed? In political in the political space, you have to have disclaimers, right? Paid for by this political action committee or paid for by these folks. There's not a lot of evidence of who exactly you would be giving money to and how that money would actually be dispensed. So, maybe there's more to come as they try to pick up speed. I think I read they're looking to really get a start at this this summer. But look, even if you get through all of that, then it goes to the ballot. And there would have to be an election that actually showed, and Houstonians would actually have to come out and vote to remove the mayor. It's just not been done here.
And so you live here in Houston, you're a political analyst. Is this even worthy of the mayor? I mean, should he be concerned about this? Does he deserve this?
Well, I don't think the mayor should be concerned about it. I don't necessarily think he deserves it. I mean, you've lived here for a while. We've been here. I mean, look, when you're a mayor of a town, everybody's not always going to be happy, right? Has there been anything grossly egregious that would say that this mayor should be recalled and ultimately impeached? For those that may not have easily caught on to what we're talking about, should the mayor be impeached? Have there been some gross exploitation of the public trust? Absolutely not. Now, again, whether or not this is successful. Now, if I'm Mayor Whitmire, I'm not losing sleep over this effort to recall me because, again, it's a tall order.
All right. Well, we'll continue to follow this, and hopefully when they're ready, they'll come forward and sit there in that spot and tell us what to expect with this recall effort. Dallas Jones, political analyst, thank you for joining us here on The Factor.
Thank you.
Always